Hi, Carrie. I really want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to answer some of these questions that we put together to try to get some info out to the community. So if you want to take a couple minutes and introduce yourself and explain why you want to be on the school board, go for it.
Sure, sure. And Jason, thank you. Thank you for myself, the community, for doing this. I know it's a huge task to take on, but we
It's been
really
fun.
all appreciate it. Good, good. So yeah, I my husband, myself, and my son, who's now 5 years old, we moved to Armada 4 years ago. And we actually moved to Armada because of the school system and all the great things that we had heard, the community, and we were just super, super excited. And just yeah, just to be a part of a great community. The school system is phenomenal. I've heard nothing but great things. Some things I think can be improved upon, and I hope to be able to be one of the voices that gets to collaborate with the board. I know there's 6 candidates running, and so yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Excellent, excellent. So you already said, that you moved here because we have a phenomenal school district. What are two or three strengths that you feel the district can and should be proud of?
So I would say definitely the education excellence, the top notch teachers that we have, um, elementary school, middle school, high school, all throughout the whole district. Number two, and then number three, just a sense of community that I feel like the school kind of instills upon the children,
Okay,
and that's probably my top three. Yeah.
excellent. Now, kind of on the flip side of that, what are a couple, two or three priorities that you think the district really should try to address?
I would say number one, it's coming from myself as well as hundreds of other parents, grandparents, concerned citizens that I've talked to about. I think safety is probably number one for me and for a lot of the parents out there. I know there are resource offices at the schools, officers, I'm sorry, at the schools. I feel like maybe we should try to, if we can, kind of maneuver the budget a little bit to make sure somebody's always on staff at each school. I know they're all in close proximity. And then, in addition to the safety, is also the bullying that's occurring, especially at the middle school and the high school level. I understand that there's policies in place that came down from the government from Michigan, and and from the parents that I've talked to, it doesn't sound like the policies pertain to every student. It sounds like they just kind of push things under the rug, and it's affecting kids in the community. I see it when the kids come out of school, whenever they go play at the park right behind our house, right on Burke Street. It's not, we can do a better job. We can do a better job as parents, as caregivers, as teachers, as administrators, school board members, community. We got to do better, and it's got to be to where the kids and basically everyone's held accountable, because
Yeah,
I think we could greatly improve on that.
yeah, I agree with you on that. We are parents of minority children. Our kids are adopted, they're Asian, and have all gone through Armada. And from time to time, we'll see some of that bullying just because kids are different, right?
Yeah.
Um, so those are two great things and common themes that I've heard during this interview process. So, prior to running for the school board, what other school district, or community activities or organizations or groups have you been a part of or been involved with?
Well, when COVID first started, we had initially had my son signed up for the 3 and 4 year old preschool, sorry, 3 year old preschool at Kraus. Come to find out he was going to have to wear a mask, and I just went ahead and gave his spot to somebody else just because I didn't want to put a mask on him. And so we got him into another school district close. It was in another town. I
Huh?
volunteered at that school, and he really enjoyed it. But now we're back in Armada and no masks, yay, for now. And I also started a Facebook group, Armada Area Moms, where all the moms can join. We do play dates. We haven't done any. basically since the tornado hit last July, because life's just been chaos since then. And they still kind of get together. We have conversations, this, that, and the other. And then also, my son and I, and along with some of the other neighborhood kids, we do community cleanups periodically, but it's nothing like we advertise or anything.
Yeah.
We just go around and clean up as best we can.
All right.
And now that my son's in Kraus, I'm getting involved with the Tiger Cub boosters and hoping to be able to volunteer and help out at the school as much as my schedule allows.
Yeah. Excellent. The Tiger Cub boosters do good things.
They do.
All right, let's see here. What's next? What do you believe are the most important characteristics of an effective school board or or an effective school board member?
Gotcha. So I would say probably the most important aspect of being a school board member would be to s- to be an advocate for all parents, children, administration, teachers, support personnel, everybody involved in our children's education in all aspects, curriculum, budget, safety, everything that encompasses education, everything that happens in the public school. Just be an advocate for everybody. Have an open mind, don't be closed minded, and listen to anyone that you can as much and as often as you can.
Okay, excellent. Anything else on that topic that you wanted to talk about, or?
I would say probably another important aspect is the willingness to be fully transparent. Um, to everyone, the other board members, the community, the kids. I feel like some parents are kind of afraid to go to the school board meetings, and I feel like if there was a little bit more transparency there, that more parents would come and be willing to speak out and ask questions if there's any concerns.
Perfect. All right, and my last question before I can kind of turn it back over for you to give us your speech to ask for our vote would, while you're involved with the board, if there happened to be a vote or a decision that came down that you ended up on the minority end of, so you voted no and the other, the majority voted yes, would you be able to support that decision after the decision's been made? Why or why not?
Good question. So, yes, I would support any decision that came out of the school board, even if I did not vote for it. It's a whole entity and the majority rules, so that you would have to support it. I may not like it. CRT, for instance, I can't imagine that that would ever make it to Armada schools, but it's not something that I advocate for nor think should be in our school system. If something happened and the board voted that in, I would have no choice but to support it.
All right. And last but not least, if you just kind of want to give us your campaign speech on why we should vote for you and what sets you apart from some of the other candidates.
Yeah, I actually, we only have one child and he just started school. So I have a personal interest in preserving and improving the quality of the education that he's going to get, as well as any future students that come after him. We only have one child. We're not going to have any more. We're just getting started. But my hope is that my medical background that I've had, 42, so it's pretty extensive. The critical thinking skills that I learned working in the medical background in medical administration, nursing, all kinds of situations. I feel like that is going to optimize more positive outcomes with the board and communication with parents, teachers, board members, the community as a whole. And I want to ensure policies that are set and implemented that they're followed. They're not just there and just being ignored. Set goals for our schools and ensure that the goals are kept on track, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Well, I think that's about all I had. So thank you very, very much for taking the time.
Thank
And
you.
good luck in 2 weeks now, or just under 2 weeks.
I know, time flies.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, Jason, thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Yeah.